Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Drone, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for Dungeons and Moogles.
Alright, so last week we had an interruption in the middle of the Kings and Pawns side story. So we had the 2 sessions where we were setting everything up, the Kind Hair's mercenary unit being saved by Tempest, and all of you have been working towards a plan for when you meet up with their lieutenant. Last week, though, it was interrupted as everyone kind of in their sleep or their equivalent for a long rest began to hear the booming voice from the void, repeating its same line about completing your journey. And then Pius, feeling it trying to bring memories to the surface, leaned into that and found himself out in the void again, surrounded by the digital screens floating around him. This time there were 3 screens, each one showing a different scene. He touched on the first one, which was a scene with him and Nick back in Pallet. He found himself in the scene, as happens a lot with these memories and flashbacks of his, speaking to Nick. During their discussion, they were trying to figure out why he was there. Why was this a connecting point? Ultimately, nothing was really figured out about why this became a connecting point, although theories are possible. I don't know what Pius and Deuce maybe were thinking about it in particular, but while talking, Nick posed a theory that if it actually were time travel and not just living out a memory in their head, Pius's head, that they could potentially alter things. And so they put a ring of fly in Pius's calf area, which we will come back to that. But they also discussed how the cosmos energy and duck energy are kind of the core basic energies that are within everything in the world, and had the idea for Pius to try focusing it similarly to magic, in particular the hope energy, to use it to connect back. And when Pius did that, he of course found himself once again in the void with these screens. The one that had Nick that he had just seen the vision for was gone, but the other 2 still remained. And one of them, the next one that he interacted with, showed a fantasy-esque prison with a bunch of different prisoners in it. This time when he touched it, though, he didn't find himself just there. He found himself now standing outside the Instant Fortress, his hand outstretched, touching a purple portal. When he stepped through, he did find this scene where those prisoners were. And he was able to more or less figure out that they were there because they were being sold through slave trade, and that they were in the Underdark, a place that does not exist within Maluviette. When he stepped back through, Geraldine had heard kind of the sounds of him going through the portal, and Geraldine came out. They discussed for a little bit as Pius was preparing to get them arms and armaments to be able to escape the prison. Geraldine stepped through under cloak of invisibility with the intent of kind of opening up all the bars and letting them out. Because of the time it took to pick through all the locks, though, Geraldine eventually ended up having to reveal her form to them, to which one particular prisoner, an old Darrow man, flashed a wicked grin that she could tell he was thinking about how he could use her to his advantage. She went through and got everything unlocked and ready, but after nearly 20 to 30 minutes of having been there, and Pius hadn't come through, and it should have only taken maybe a minute or 2, she went back through. Now, for Pius on the other side, it had been just a couple of seconds that she had been there, which made them realize that this connection between worlds also acted as a sort of temporal displacement, causing time to not line up accurately between the 2. When they stepped back through, they gave all the prisoners weapons and the Ring of Fly. This was when Pius went to check to see if it was there, as he realized that the Ring of Fly could actually assist them in their escape, and thus found the proof that Pius indeed is traveling through time with these moments. It's not just visions in his mind. Now, Geraldine, not liking the way the old Darrow man, by the name of Lupido, she convinced him to come through the portal. And Geraldine went out first, and then Pius followed behind Lupido. But as Lupido came through the portal, Geraldine struck at him immediately, hitting him hard enough that he fell unconscious just from sheer shock. This was loud enough, too, to wake up Tempest and Wrath. And as the 2 of them were kind of getting up, trying to figure out what was going on, Geraldine, her mouth unhinging like a snake, with rows and rows of teeth like a lamprey, latched on to the Darrow man, expecting to get knowledge and secrets from him to essentially gift will Votrad also help fulfill their pact. In turn, Geraldine was hit with a wave of divine power from this entity, and the moment of this impact essentially killed the physical vessel of this evil deity that then broke free and is now roaming Maluviette, a new addition to the Pantheon. In that moment, though, it also released a wave of madness outward. Everyone was able to shut it off except Tempest, who, as she got hit by it, kind of fell unconscious again. Wrath running to her side, and then Tempest seemingly woke up within just a few seconds, shifting into her full demonic hybrid form from her lycanthropy. And it was very quickly obvious that this was not Tempest in control of the body anymore. So as everyone kind of discussed the situation, you all discovered that Balalaika had taken control of Tempest's body. And you tried pressing her for information, but she pretty much chose not to give direct answers to anything during the time she was in control of the body. Eventually, you were able to kind of settle things down and get to a point where it felt safe to go back and finish your long rest. Not your long rest, but your sleeps, your short rest. In the morning, though, during breakfast, you all chose to gather and begin discussing more of what happened, sharing the information so everyone knew what happened the night before, as well as what kind of impacts this may have in the future. And during that discussion, Raven showed up, and you all got to start discussing more about what's going to happen later today with the meeting with the lieutenant. We left off in that discussion still with the basic pretense that Twilight needs to be watched to make sure she's not going to intervene and cause some military issue during this discussion. But it was also brought up that Raven hadn't seen the hermit since she had gotten it the day before. When you went looking for him, you found him unconscious, right within the blast radius of that madness that shot outward. And when you found him, he now had these fox ears and a puffy fox tail as well. So where we are beginning today is with the hermit being laid out on the ground near Twilight. Wrath, I believe you were the one that was carrying the hermit at this moment?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So, Wrath, as you're setting down the hermit, you notice that Twilight has kind of started to move. Her eyes are like opening up. She's groggy. And Twilight, you notice that Wrath is like right there as you're starting to wake up.
Hey, you finally got up, I see. Maybe she's in a waking coma?
Yes, very much so. And what day and time and what happened?
Day... I'm not sure if I'm being honest with you. Time, like mid-morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can. So, Wrath, for your awareness in this conversation, it's been roughly 3 days since she went to sleep.
Are you getting up or are you going back to bed? You still look like shit.
I feel like shit, but yeah, let's do this. I'm totally ready for this.
For what?
I don't know. You seem like you're preparing for something. Let's go. Let's do this.
What? I have a body in my hands. Do you think I'm burying him? What do you think
I
I'm preparing
so.
for?
Wait, is he not dead?
I hope not.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're not doing that then.
Are you getting up? The others are waiting.
Let's go.
Come on.
I'm up.
The hermit back to the ancient fortress, which is where I believe I was going with him.
Yeah, well, you would have run into Twilight in the fortress because you were laying him down next to where she was sleeping in there. So you're in the fortress fairly.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll put him down and then turn and go meet the others.
So, is she a fox then, or a bunny?
What?
He's still
out of
like his human
game.
body. The hermit still has like his human body. He just has fox ears and a fox tail in addition to his normal human body appearance.
Okay.
It might be like you, always turning into random animal shit.
I mean, I'm kind of bummed that we're not burying him, but okay, it'd be cool.
Why?
I don't know.
No. I need
He
you
wakes
to
up in a
stop
hole,
and explain this to
like
me.
like a rabbit hole.
And you think that's funny to bury someone alive?
No, I mean, we'll get him out. It'll just be fun. All right,
You
let's
think
do
it'd be
this.
fun to bury someone alive?
Yeah, the rest of you can hear that the two of them are talking upstairs. You can't quite hear exactly what it is they're saying. Tempest, you could kind of catch bits and pieces, some of the words. Like you hear something about burying him. But Twilight's definitely awake now. The three of you downstairs can tell.
Oh boy. Twilight's awake.
Here we go. And Pice is going to go towards them.
You know, one day I think I'm gonna hear you say something sounds like it'd be fun to do to someone else, and I'm not gonna say anything about the morality of it. Instead, I'm just gonna do it to you and see if you actually believe it.
So you want to bury me?
No.
Damn.
I want you to listen whenever I speak and understand what the words are that come out of my mouth.
Right. And you
Instead
said
of
no. We're not
assuming-
burying him.
Correct.
Can we drown him? Can we put him in the water?
Hey, Pius, how's it going?
It's going well. Good morning, I think, Twilight.
Hello. We're thinking about what to do with this this rabbit guy. I mean, I think it's the hermit, but I'm not really sure. But I want to bury him, but Raph says no.
Yeah, he's not dead, so I don't know why
Oh,
we
dear
would
Lord.
do that.
She's been awake for like 5 minutes.
He's not dead. All right. Well, I know that. We've already established that, but
He's also not a rabbit.
he looks like a rabbit. Oh, it's a fox. Sorry.
Yeah. No, he's definitely not dead. He actually can't die. So,
Right. Well, in this case, you know what they say? What does the fox say?
well, nothing at the moment.
Right.
Would anyone object if I were to, just tap her a little bit on the head for the next 24 hours?
We'll
I just
save that
woke
for
up.
later.
Yeah, but you still look so tired.
I don't feel tired. I just feel kind of woozy.
You're going to. I mean, okay, guys, so what's the plan today?
Well, I see my point has been proven about your comrade's silliness, I guess. So who's going to stay and watch her?
I can watch myself.
Mm,
Absolutely not.
Damn.
We could dump her at a lake somewhere, and she can like play in the sand while we're there.
Ooh, can we bring the hermit with us? I love playing in the sand.
No.
Damn. I can't go.
Well, unfortunately, with the lake, we're about 250-ish miles, I'd say, away from the nearest lake.
Unfortunately.
Oh, hey, Auntie, do you think you could whip her into shape?
No, I really don't think so.
Worth a shot.
I promise I'll behave.
A promise.
I promise. Can I go? Please? Let me go. I can be a fly on the wall.
Okay, Twilight, overall, you just need to remain emotionless, out of sight, in the shadows.
Okay, I will.
This is a situation where if any of us slightly misstep, this could be a very, very bad fight.
Right. Wait.
we could all die, is what she's trying to say.
Right. We don't want that.
No.
Do you want me to stay here and make dinner? No, I'm not allowed in the kitchen. We've already established that.
We'll allow you in the kitchen this time.
Okay. I'll stay in the kitchen. Or you don't want me to go?
It's for the best you don't.
Okay.
Just looking around at everyone else. The tension, I can feel it.
Star.
Yes.
What about became a nice little bird and sitting on my shoulder while we watched the scene from afar?
Oh, I was
And-
kind of thinking about the kitchen would be better. Because,
As you prefer. I gave you an option.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll go with your option.
You, in the meantime, that you are on my shoulder, need to keep an eye on our surrounding. Make sure that no one is sneaking up behind us. Especially a 6-harm Marilith. Anyone? Deal?
All right, I got your back. I got this.
Nice. Hop on. I touch my shoulder.
You didn't really specify what kind of bird, so she's gonna turn into a parrot.
Looks good for me.
Oh, good. The most talkative.
Hey, at least she's still gonna be hidden.
Visually, we'll see how it goes. I'm writing my will and testament on the way there.
Will and testament. Will and testament.
I close your beak. Shh.
So you do still have about like 4 hours until the actual meeting time?
Good to know.
So I transfer into a bird for no reason. Doesn't my wild shape only last about an hour?
No, it should last
Yeah.
longer.
No, it's half your druid level, so 6 hours. Correct.
Oh, okay.
You could stay in this form
So-
for probably until the end of the meeting. It just means that you have to do whatever you're doing as a parrot.
Okay. But I can
Well,
transform out of it anytime, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, it sounds like that's settled. Auntie, if you have nothing else you want to discuss with us prior to this, I want to go check on the mercenaries, see how they're doing, if they're ready to go.
Fair enough. Try not to be too long. I did want to get in a session of training with them before we go. Otherwise, I think we'll just meet all of you back where the captain and the rest were killed. Try to be there about a half hour early.
Understood. I won't take their time either.
So Raven turns to head off towards the 8 mercenaries. What are the rest of you going to do with your time?
Obviously, I followed because of the brief moment of checking.
There.
I want to understand if we already have an area where this meeting is going to happen, and if it's that so, I want to check the area, check if there is a good point for a hiding spot, area where we can if we stay there, we are covered. Our back are covered. If it's just preparing for everything with large advance.
Yeah, she said to meet her kind of back where you first met the Kind Harris mercenaries. she gave the impression that that's where the meeting's going to be held. So you have plenty of time to search around, try to make sure things are set up and ready to go then as well. How about Wrath? What are you going to work on for the next few hours?
Nothing. He's just maybe sketching in his book while he waits, unless anyone has something important to talk about.
All right. Pius?
Pius is going to spend time. I don't know if this would take too long, but he's going to try and camouflage himself. He's going to like put dirt in and around his armor, body.
Do I notice you doing this? Are we hanging out at the thing?
I would just be doing it out in the open. I wouldn't be hiding from anybody.
Hold on, let me make sure I still have one. Momento, por favor. Okay, Rollgate's not working. Jess, can you see my inventory?
Yeah,
Oh,
let me.
there it is. I have it. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
I do not. Does patches come if I think about them?
Most certainly.
And I'll say to Pius, there are much cleaner ways of doing this, right?
Well, yes, but
And I'll hold out a hand and say, Patches, a potion of polychromy, please.
Of
well,
course.
I'm just thinking along the lines of what if they have true sight and they see me in the bushes?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it is they would see you in the bushes anyway if True Sight can see through you trying to hide yourself. This
They would
just
see
simply
through
makes
it.
you camouflage.
Oh, okay.
Detect magic maybe would pick it up.
He starts brushing himself off, shaking his arm, and like a bunch of dirt clods fall out.
I mean, you could probably do both. It might benefit you.
Well, no, I've already delayed my progress now. I'll just
All
use
right.
the potion. It's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Glug.
It's 125 gold.
Thank you. Yeah, it just gives you advantage on stealth checks if that's what you're going for.
I mean, kinda. I was doing a bit, but that works for me.
And you're going to want to wait to take it until like right before the meeting because it only lasts for 1 hour.
Okay, I'll put it aside.
All right. Twilight, you are a parrot. Are you going to keep following Geraldine in the meantime? Since
Do I
you're
notice
actually
that,
capable of human speech?
Do I notice that Pius was actually burying himself?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not if you're following Geraldine, at least.
Okay, I thought we were kind of all in like a circle trying to figure out what to do, or...
Now this
Alright,
is the moment where everyone's splitting up. Geraldine is heading out towards the meeting area, and otherwise no one's actually started doing anything at this moment where you were making a decision.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Geraldine wanted me to go with her, so I'll go with her.
Okay.
Geraldine doesn't ask you to do anything. Geraldine just, just go. And if you're a parrot on her shoulder, yes, you come with her. But yeah, I'm just so you know, because you're there, I am explaining what's happening, why we're doing this, and etc. So in game and out of game, what's going on.
Right.
Right, Tempest. Let's
Very
head over
important.
to speaking with the soldiers.
Aye. So, you all ready to go for today?
You can tell that there is some level of anxiety from them, because they all just kind of nod. They don't say anything. They've got these very serious looks on their faces. They have more than one collectively.
You definitely don't want to be wearing those nerves so visibly. I understand that this is a serious moment, but y'all are you're not having to do this alone. At least there's that.
That's fair. At least for us, there's some big things that are going to happen regardless of how this turns out. Besides, it's probably understandable if we're on edge after what happened.
I can't blame you for that. But look, regardless of how this plays out going forward, you have my word. We all have your back. Nothing is going to happen.
We all trust you, Tempest. We really do. We just gotta get used to how big the world really is, I guess.
Hey, even I haven't seen nearly enough of the world. Such a small little piece. But that's the excitement of it.
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I know part of why I signed up was we were going to get to see a whole lot on this road. Seeing things maybe we weren't expecting, but I guess you're right.
From my own experience, good or bad, a lot of things do happen for a very specific reason. If the events that my own life didn't occur, I would have never found any of these people or walked this path. I would have gone on my own, back to the kingdom, ignorant as I ever was. Be thankful for the things that happen and the people you meet along the way.
You do kind of see some of the tension leave their bodies a little bit, but they still just kind of nod.
Oh, by the way, you definitely don't want to be too tense going forward. It's going to be very hard to train with my aunt. Which, by the way, don't want to take up too much of your time. So if any of you need anything, do feel free to shout out. Auntie, they're all yours.
So the three of them kind of stand up and start, gathering their things, preparing to train. Sorry about that. I had a cough. My throat is all fucked up right now. Okay, so they start getting themselves together to train, and you can head back over to everyone Tempest, but you still have time for what you want to do over the next few hours.
I'm gonna head back, find Wrath. Man, she'll just sit down and lean against him, not saying anything.
Everything okay?
I think so. Though this is all very exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, it tends to be that way. Do you know what you're gonna say?
Honestly, no. Planning talks has never really been my strong point, but improvising on the spot seems to work out for most of it.
Hey, out of game, Tempest, what did you just say? I didn't quite catch what you said.
I said a lot of things.
No, just when you were talking to Wrath, like just barely. I didn't quite catch the word, but
She said planning a speech was never her strong suit.
oh, okay. Thank you. I was like, wait, what? What did I just hear? Okay, I thought you said something completely different. Okay, continue. Thank you.
Well, if it's worked out so far, kind of have to hope your luck doesn't run out if you go by that rule, though. Huh?
I know. We all know that stuff doesn't last forever.
Not everything, maybe. Some things.
Hey,
Taxes.
some
They'll never
things.
stop putting taxes.
I don't want to do that. That's too much adulting right there.
True. You know, do you think Patches is taxing us every time we use the ring?
Honestly, never really paid much attention to how that works. He could be.
It's probably
I
included
wouldn't
in the
know.
price, right?
Maybe. I mean, can't be worse than what the Kynars probably charges in the kingdom.
It also
Yeah,
begs the
true.
question, does Patches pay taxes?
Doubt it. He's an asshole.
That's can of worms I don't even want to get into.
We don't really want to know.
On that line of thought, if Patches were to ever fuck with us, we might be able to get him for tax evasion.
Yes, true. But first question, where can they find him?
I mean, we have a link to him.
And he already can pick and choose when to show up.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's, all powerful or anything. I'm sure someone could manipulate it backwards, reverse engineer it, if you will.
Well, as fun of an idea as that is, I definitely don't want to play with that ball of
No,
fire. They're
neither
currently
do I.
working on an item right now for me, and I have plans for the future. Don't want to screw any of that up.
An
I
eyebrow.
remind you,
or
Tempest, it's
whatever.
almost been 24 hours.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Patchet should be contacting me soon. If not, I'll be reaching out.
There's a scaly eyebrow that raises on Wrath. What are you having done?
Wow, do you notice the skull on me at all? It's not in my
No.
possession.
I figured that was a fashion statement, honestly, but
Oh, no. I mean, maybe. It's kind of cool. Made me feel feral. But I wanted to build a deeper meaning in it. So I asked them to do a little tweaking with it, and I'm hoping that they succeed in it. May have also kind of put forward a hope chunk as well. So, yeah.
interesting.
We'll see.
Say,
We'll see.
do you think... No, surely not. You don't think we could use the hope fragments with these? And he reaches up and touches the mask on his head to change it in some kind of way?
You know, that was actually my thought process in asking her to do this. So I'm hoping the results do not disappoint.
Right, but the mask wasn't... your mask, rather, wasn't an artifact of a goddess, right?
Fair. Mine was just a generic piece with some symbols and art drawn on it. Yours.
Right. What do you
If it
think
could
happens
be
if
done.
we put that energy towards Tiamat?
Honestly, for one, if it could be done, it'd probably be super expensive. And worse, if they succeeded, I'd be afraid of what you might upset.
Yeah, but would it change her or just the artifact? Could you
I would
imagine?
say it'd be cool, but honestly, I feel like at best the artifact plus a little bit of enragement, which I don't think we want to deal with.
Well, on that line though, could you imagine if we gave Tiamat hope? What would she become?
Definitely worth the speculation. Maybe.
That's all theory.
Yeah. Should ask that next time you speak to your what's her name again?
Risha?
Yeah. Why not ask her? Maybe she'll humor it at least.
He kind of looks up and is there any kind of breeze currently?
No.
No. Look up and kind of wave his hand and just cast the gust spell and kind of just whip it around each of us to blow some wind in the area. Maybe after our meeting. I'm sure she has a lot to pay attention to coming up as it is.
That's for sure. And whatever's about to happen when we do this, we all need to tread lightly. After whatever happened last night, I just have this uneasy feeling like something crazy is about to happen, but I don't know what.
You don't think it's because we're about to start a war?
I mean, I feel like I would have been feeling that uneasiness from the get-go in that case, but I was feeling pretty confident until last night, but now I had this, lingering sense of uncertainty in the back of my head.
Well, and it's my opinion anyway, that up till now, there was no risk of us being found out as rebels, I guess would be the best way of putting it. But now we have to make a choice. What if he doesn't listen? What if he doesn't allow these troops to move? What if he starts questioning things? Will we have to put him down and risk open engagement with the kind nurse?
That is certainly a risk, and we cannot let any eyes escape if it comes to that.
Couldn't agree more.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna stay right here, enjoy the silence, and get myself mentally prepared for this. I don't think I've encountered anyone of such a rank in some time, or such importance, I should say.
I think
Does
rank
that
would be
mean I
better.
should let you be for now?
What the hell? Yes.
Oh, come now. You were expecting me just minutes ago.
Fair enough. You know how, shops have bells on the door? I feel like it should work the other way, too, as a warning.
Oh, but that would be so much less fun.
Fair. So how'd the project turn out?
I'd say it's one of my best pieces yet. And now I have new materials to work with as well.
Oh,
It didn't take that entire hope chunk to do what you wanted.
okay. How much of it did it take?
But about a half of it. So I was thinking I could offer you a little bit of a refund on the price. After all, those hope chunks aren't exactly easy to come by.
You heard darn right. So, what kind of return are we looking at here for half of it?
Well, I was considering maybe 10%.
I gave you 25,000 gold for this project. I mean, a lot of money.
I mean, come now. Most people are happy to see 2,500 in a return. I mean, it's a few months living for most.
True. Before I accept such an offer, let me fire back with a counter offer. I am definitely going to have a much more bigger project in the future that's going to be worth a lot more. And I'm sure you would be very happy with it. What do you say this time around? 5,000 back.
20%'s, I guess, still not too big of a chunk of the profits. Okay, you have a deal.
And I mean, hey, this next future project I have for you, I guarantee is going to be way more expensive than what this currently costs by a long shot.
She doesn't say anything. She kind of steps back, and you watch her kind of pull out the skull with one hand and a small pouch with the other. You can already see, even in just this blue hologram, the hope fragment that's in the skull now is placed just right above where you put the overlaid symbols of the life and death deities Frodi and Tatali.
Oh, that looks so good. Just for this moment, if she can, she'll grow her tail out from lycanthrope and just start wagging.
Yeah, you can do just the tail.
I want to see it.
She's holding her hands out, waiting for you to take it.
I grab it, and I immediately pop it back on.
Make sure to add that 5,000 gold back to your character sheet.
I already did.
So, while you have it actually worn, pulled down over your eyes, as a bonus action, you can turn on the torment vision.
Is there a limit once a day, or is it just on and off switch?
It has an on and off switch, and you can use it as much as you'd like, but after 1 minute, you start having to roll madness saves.
Fair. Nice. Thank you so much. This is awesome. It looks even more unique and majestic.
Do you test its features?
Yeah. I definitely turn it on for the moment.
Okay. So you get the same kind of vision of things that you got back at the fortress previously. And you can still see that Wrath has this overwhelming aura of torment around him. And Pius is close enough, too, that you can see it coming off him as well. And it takes a moment for you to really grasp what you're seeing, but you finally kind of realize that the Hermit is also putting off this aura. But like how I said that Pius and Wrath, the auras they had are just massive and make everything else just look very minimal. The Hermit makes what's going on with Wrath and Pius seem like it's nothing as well. That's how much larger the one engulfing the Hermit is.
I will immediately pop it back, or turn it off at least, before pulling it off. Wow, that's a neat little feature.
What did you see?
You remember what I said back at that military camp where I was able to like locate visually torment.
Yeah, vaguely.
Well, looks like my headpiece now has that. Don't know what the full long-term effects are, but convenient.
Yeah. Do you feel okay? Do you feel
I
like
feel
it had
fine.
any effects?
None bad. Definitely is going to help in locating things in the future. And of course, as I've mentioned before in the past, you and Pius still radiate, as I mentioned, the aura of it. But yeah,
Still.
what do you want to try it on? I'm sure you could fit your head in here. I mean,
Oh.
it's big to compensate for my horns, after all.
No, I think I would. I'd not be as good a fit for Ferrodi as you are, perhaps.
Fair. This thing does have a much deeper meaning too.
I thought that was the
Alright.
whole reason you were doing this.
It really is. Wow, I've come a long way in this.
How much did you spend on that?
I think, a bit of gold, as I said before. And I got 5,000 back, so I mean, good deal, right?
You got 5,000 back.
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, I'm sorry. How much did you spend? You know, you're talking to someone who just dropped like 100 and some odd thousand gold on just alcohol for one night.
Fair enough. I dropped 25,000 on this in hopes that it would work.
And you got 5 back?
Yeah.
Damn, good deal.
I mean, it's not like I spend my money on anything else, let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just buying whatever at this point. We found so much of it.
At some point, though, we don't know if it'll become scarce. Should work on those savings now. The future is a long time.
I feel like we can handle an odd job or two to make some extra coin if we need to.
And she pops back down next to you. Yeah, I'd be easy enough. Maybe hunt down some randos or something.
As you sit next to him, you see he's still sketching in his book as he's talking to you. You can see what he's sketching on this page is kind of like a Leonardo da Vinci, the man holding his arms out, except it's a dragonborn and it's backwards. And you can see that he's enlarged like the from the shoulders down to the hips, and he's drawing as if he were tattooing the back of this thing.
Does this have any meaning?
It's kind of a plan. And he'll gesture to his skin, which is both tattooed and scarred by magic. You can see the different glyphs kind of peeking through the tattoos that he's covered his body in, except for his back. You would know that probably, of all people. And his back is clean. And I don't know if you remember, but he's been unable up to this point to figure out how to tattoo his own back. I think I may have finally figured out a way to get this done.
Oh, do tell.
Well, I've needed a way to reach forward and touch my back, right? And he'll kind of slide from the bag next to him, the hither-tither staff. This makes 2 portals. All I need to do is put one in front of me and one behind me. And I can reach forward and touch my own back, essentially.
That sounds like it would be so trippy. What if he's like tripped and fell through it endlessly?
That brings up a good point. And really, I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Me too. I mean, you're definitely not the clumsiest in the group.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But I like it. You definitely need to get a piece back there. Especially after you got one on me. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would finish the design, but I'm having a little bit of trepidation. The original design that I was working on with Nick was destructive. Thinking maybe that's not as reflective of my mindset anymore.
Maybe something along the lines of a rebirth.
Yeah, possibly. Or maybe something being my back. Maybe something from the past. I don't know. I'm tossing around a lot of ideas.
Good to think about it, though. It's going to be with you for a very long time.
Yeah, it will. Just like the rest of these. Good news is, I think I found a way to harness their capabilities a little bit, and he'll just jab the air next to him, like away from you, and you can see like a concussive blast, basically, of thunder come off of his fist where it stops, and one of the scars on the arm begins to like glow faintly for just a second as it happens before it goes away.
That was cool.
As a note for you, Jess, so that you know what I'm doing, I'm using the elemental damage from the unarmed strike from the monk ability, and I'm just flavoring it with the scars that I got from the fight with Spiritonus.
Oh, that's great. That's great stuff.
I gotta think of my own future going forward. All I have's the back piece. I'm starting to think I might want to get others. I could look really badass when I get older. I mean, I'm not gonna get any taller. I feel like I peaked on that one.
Maybe a couple of inches. You never know.
Yeah, whatever. I like my enemies cute to guess that I'm weak. It gives me the advantage.
I don't think anyone would dare overestimate you. But if you want another tattoo, you know where I'm at.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't be going to anyone else for that.
I'm glad to hear it. I was actually thinking, and he flips a couple of pages in the book and shows you, and the design there, it's similar with the back and like the artwork on the back of the Dragonborn on the page. But this one actually has like the where the hips are would be the base of the necks of 8 different dragon heads, kind of almost like slithering their way up or around his body.
That one's very intricate.
I feel like I've learned a lot about my ancestry over this journey. Not only do I wear the Queen of Dragons mask, but I'm connected to other celestial dragons at this point. We've met so many dragons. It feels comforting to know that my lineage might come from them.
What strength you have, that is certainly believable. And who doesn't want to feel more connected to that?
Should be getting close to that time, though. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Close the book, stand up, hold out a hand to help you up.
Thank you. We should make sure
Come on.
everyone's set to go.
Yeah, they should have been set up by now.
I do believe that Twilight went with Geraldine. Let's make sure
I
we
think-
grab Pius.
Well, I think Pius was going to go hide before we got there also.
Okay.
That's right.
Did you hear that?
What was that? Pius?
Damn, he's good.
He's so good. I didn't know he could be that quiet. Let's go grab Raven and the others.
Well, she did say to meet out there at the field. They might have already
they're
left.
meeting. Okay, well, let's just head there then.
It'll be a real test. As long as we don't pick up on our party, then we know that they are hidden pretty well.
Very, very true.
Slip the mask back on, standard, and get ready to start walking.
Alrighty. So it's coming on about noon 30, as you're all gathering together. Geraldine, Twilight, the two of you have had plenty of time to look over this area, find the best hiding spots, the best vantage points. You've been able to determine where the biggest openings might be for someone to try coming up on the group from outside of the area. You've been able to determine all of the major points for where people should be in this situation in case it comes to blows.
Perfect. And I crawl up in a very nice spot up in the tree where I have advantage of visual, and if I want to, plunge down and attack the enemy, I get a surprise attack on them, and I just stealthily position myself and wait. I tell, sorry, that was me having a problem with. I tell in Twilight, okay, so everything should be, going quite smoothly. However, just keep an eyes around, and if, just say something goes bad, I will give you a code words, and you know that it's time to fight.
Like
Okay.
cold water, like jam, berries,
I will say
bananas,
banana bread, not just banana bread.
banana nut bread.
Geraldine doesn't answer. She just take, just position herself, pat on your beak. Just a reminder to stay quiet.
She kind of flaps her head like, okay.
All right. So amongst everything, obviously Geraldine's able to relay to all of you what's going on with positioning and such. And it might take just a little bit of effort, but you can move the 2 corpses of the dead spiders together to create a rather large barricade that would be easy for Pius to hide behind, as well as giving him a way to jump over into the fray if needed, which should be relatively close to where the combat would occur, if it's to occur.
After
There
relying
are
on the
also a
information.
few rather large trees as well. They're a little bit further away, but it would give you better line of sight to what's going on if you wanted to watch Pius. Oh, did we lose Deuce?
Sorry, I was talking to my wife. What's up?
Okay, so there are a couple of spots that would be advantageous for you. One would require pulling like the 2 spider corpses kind of close together. It would create a barrier between you and where the meeting's happening, but it would be relatively close to the fight, so you could just kind of hop over and then get into the middle of it. But there are also a few fairly large trees that you could easily hide behind. They would give you line of sight if you wanted to actually watch what was going on.
Do I feel more like one position would be more exposed than the other?
No. The main difference, one would give you better perspective. The other would get you closer, get you into the fight immediately versus like one round of running in.
Okay, then I'll take the closest spot to
Yeah.
be able to jump right in.
All right, so you take time, you move over the second spider corpse next to the other so that you're right there hiding behind it. Wap, were you going to stand at Tempest's side or were you going to hide as well? I don't remember that part.
I was standing at Tempest's side.
Okay. And we know where Twilight is with Geraldine awaiting the code word banana.
Banana bread.
I love that.
Banana bread.
Oh, banana bread. That's right, banana bread.
Yeah.
Sorry, my safe word is banana. Just so everyone knows. So I'm
Okay.
a little stuck on it. I love it. So yeah, the
Wait,
meeting
what
is
did
ready
you
to
say?
go. What was
I
that?
didn't hear what you
Star?
said, Jess. What did you say?
Banana.
The
That's
code
my
word was?
safe word.
Oh.
Your safe word in game is banana bread, but my safe word in real life is banana.
That's why I said it. That's exactly why I said it, because I know the story.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
So you all are in position and you are ready to go. The Kindhurst mercenaries are standing just a little bit behind Wrath and Tempest. They're standing a little bit behind the two of you. And you're both standing maybe like 15 feet behind Raven as she kind of prepares for the lieutenant to show up. I'm curious, as you all do have some time that you're just standing there and waiting. So, Pius, what's one way that you could see this going wrong?
I can see a couple ways actually. One way would be Bella ratting us out, essentially.
Okay. Or deciding to intervene to cause problems. All right. How about you, Wrath? What's one way you can see this going wrong?
This general being way too stubborn and then starting to question things, holes maybe in our story, and then a fight breaking out, honestly.
All right. Geraldine, what's one way you could see this
Mhm.
going wrong?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't hear it properly.
What's one way that Geraldine could see this all going wrong?
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was the same question as the other. I think they use the information I gave them about his real identity in the wrong, in the wrong way. And in the middle of that, there is also, because I say two possibility, there's also the possibility that the general of Pazuzu shows up. And that will be bad.
All right.
Unlikely, but still a chance.
True, true. Tempest, what's one way you could see this going wrong?
Dang, that's a hard one. Long term.
There could be a long term how this goes wrong.
He might play along, but everything that gets done right there in the moment acts like a surveillance. Everything gets transmitted to Lord Kindhurst.
That's a good one.
All right. That's a big one. Twilight, your question is slightly different.
Oh, really?
Yep. How could you see yourself causing a problem with this?
Oh, I love this question. Oh, yes. Everything. I could totally see myself just just flying into the situation and just doing something totally fucked up.
Doing
Yeah.
anything that Twilight would do.
Anything that Twilight would
Yeah,
do,
pretty
exactly.
much.
I mean, she's all fucked up anyway, so yeah.
All right.
Just being
all right.
her.
So, of course, all of you can't help but kind of think of these negative possibilities. This is a very uncertain situation at the moment. So when you do finally see the magic go off near the body of the captain, and Raven, who is currently holding the items that kind of make this meeting happen, then he appears. You see a very tall, like 6'4", 6'5" tall man with this brilliant marble white skin. He is wearing a set of full plate with the crest of the deity of arms and armaments that you saw previously on the dwarf of this mercenary. The dwarf amongst the mercenaries, it's the crest of Ultima. And he has this, you'd almost expect him to carry a heavy weapon on him. But at his side is just a singular dagger, and strapped to his back is a short bow. You can see a large pair of white feathered wings on his back as well, but his eyes are the most striking. Because unlike a lot of angels or demons, and same for Asimar and tieflings, he has iris and pupil, and they're this stunning emerald color that just shines. And behind them, you can see a ferocity in them, as if this man never does anything small.
Well, this isn't what I was expecting for the meeting. May I ask what all of you are doing here? You in particular, Raven. This isn't where you're supposed to be.
Well, I happen to be in the area because I was checking in on my niece here, Tempest. She's currently on a mission for the Lord of Maldrek. And once I found out, I've been checking in on her from time to time. As for her and her friend there, the two of them are traveling this road, as I said, on mission for Maldrek. Well, everything else is coincidental. They happened to be coming by while the unit that was here was investigating. Demon happened to pop up and summon those giant spiders over there. My niece here was capable of taking them out, and those are the 3 survivors that are left.
See, it doesn't quite explain why there was no emergency contact made. The troops do know protocol. At least I hope the 3 of you do.
You can tell, even without looking at them, they are thoroughly intimidated by this man's presence.
Of course, we must have forgotten. Well, trying to talk things out with them. It was a battle we weren't prepared for, so we forgot protocol on her.
I see. Well, luckily it's not too big of a matter. But do expect punishment once this meeting is over. Back to you, Raven. It makes sense, you being here by coincidence, but it feels like you stuck around for a reason. May I ask why you've chosen to stand in as their captain, despite being a lieutenant over a completely different set of units?
Well, my niece here had essentially asked a favor. She knows how I can be, as well as my brother Crow, when it comes to training. She believes that I may be the best fit to get these three into shape, to better serve the Lord Kinehurst in this endeavor that we're all on down this road.
Is this true?
You see him turn his head towards you, Tempest, and this question is pointed at you, asking if what was just said is true.
Yes, everything she has spoken is true.
I see. And what of you, Dragon Ken? Why are you traveling with a blade of the Kinehurst? You don't appear to be a mercenary or any member of rank amongst the various Kinehurst families.
Wrath, who has just been standing mask down to where you can't see his face. He's actually currently, his eyes are closed beneath it, so you can't tell any of his facial features. And he's just been silently standing there, one hand kind of resting on the hilt of the sword at his side, the other loosely in a pocket. And as he's spoken to, the helmet turns almost like at an angle towards Tempest, but he doesn't speak.
Oh, it looks like your friend expects you to answer. So, why is he traveling with you?
First off, my apologies. But he is one of the many adventurers that was tasked with clearing the Highroad, in a way, employed by the Kinehurst. Not sure what came of many of them, but I came across him at the very least. And given that we were more or less going in the same path, I felt it could be better just to keep eyes open at all times, at all hours of the day and night, utilizing each other's strengths, if you will.
I think as Tempest is talking, Rat's hand comes slowly out of his pocket with a pipe in it and goes under the mask and just fits the pipe there. And if you'll allow me, Jess, I'd like to use my Dragon's Breath ability from the Monk feature to light the pipe with a small jet of flame just under the mask before the smoke starts pouring out from the top of it, as if through the nostrils and the eye holes.
Yeah, absolutely. Tempest, I also want you to roll a deception check, seeing as you do know what happened to these adventurers.
Yeah, I caught myself on that as I was saying it.
Can she have advantage for my distraction?
Unfortunately, no.
Damn, I tried.
It's okay.
Try.
I spoke before I could even consider it.
I thought you were going to tell him I was your guard.
I don't know why I hit the roll button.
I might have to use one of my points. No.
Do it.
He is, yeah, he got a 29 there, so you having recognized and realized that, oh shit, that lie actually could come back to bite me. If you want to flip this, you can absolutely try with, or plot point to pass.
At this point, I pull my helmet off and I actually lock eyes with him.
You definitely know more than what you're saying in terms of those adventures. Not that I can truly guess as to what you know, but seeing as you've been pulled into a situation you're not really supposed to be part of, playing your cards close to your chest makes sense. And I won't fault you for wanting to keep what you know about those adventurers to yourself. Not my business anyways. We're out here on a task that, although is related, is not the same.
I do apologize for not saying it in full to you, and you're right. I try to keep my distance as a whole, as you said.
So then, you believe that these three mercenaries here would be better served to join one of the units under command of Raven?
I do. Honestly, when it gets down to it, Raven does not pull punches. She has trained many, and is even denied promotions of higher ranks, which is to show that she is capable of such things. If she can spread that skill and ability to others, it would only benefit the kingdom in the long run.
He does let out a bit of a chuckle as you kind of say, like, she's denied promotions.
Denied promotions. Oh, you must not know the full story behind things. She's stuck at that rank for her own problems, just as I am. I'm not sure if she seeks promotion like I do, though. But you're saying that you believe she can provide better discipline for these three than I. I'm not sure I want to take that with a grain of salt. I don't appreciate being spoken down to.
You misunderstand. I'm sure that your discipline is more than adequate, but I feel that rather than punishing them and pushing them even lower, so that they don't provide anything useful. It's better to get what you can out of anyone presented before us. I know that the kingdom has many in numbers, but even just one can make a difference.
All right. Well, Raven, you and I can work out the logistics and paperwork later, but I'd be willing to let you take these 3 and add them to one of your units. But in return, I want you to hand control of your most achieved unit to me. I'm sure we can get approval for it, as long as you're willing to do this.
You can see Raven you can tell she's a little uneasy at this particular offer.
I'm not sure it would be wise to pull them from the current task they're on. I guess if there's an amount of delay that allows them to finish that, and they at least are more or less willing as well, I wouldn't want to decide the fate of an entire 10 people, especially ones that have some amount of renown with the Lord Kinehurst. So, I promise that I will be willing to let them transfer and become one of your units, but only if their captain agrees as well.
That's fine. I can accept that as an offer, but there's still a matter of these 2 Citadel spiders. I'm well aware of their capabilities. I've encountered a few before when I journeyed into Noctera. If it were Raven who defeated them, I'd be much more inclined to believe this. And I know that you are a blade of the Kinehurst, but you're also young. Most of your major accomplishments that I've heard of came while working alongside the other blades. I'm not so sure I believe you have the skill to take them on by yourself. Would you be willing to put on a little bit of a show for me, you and that adventurer? Just a sparring match.
With or without blades?
I want to see your capabilities in their fullness. So I want the 2 of you to utilize everything you've got, but pull your punches just enough to not kill each other. How about that?
Wait, kill each other? Wait, are you asking us to fight one another?
Yes, I want to watch the 2 of you fight. The only rule I am imposing is do not kill each other.
I don't mean to interrupt, but how close am I to Wrath?
About 40 feet.
10 more than I would like, which is probably why you did that.
No,
If you
I just
hesitate,
realized I got your spaces backwards. Actually, you wanted the spider. You wanted the closer. You're only about 20 feet away from Wrath. I mixed them up.
Okay.
That's my bad. You're 20 feet away.
As the general is saying this about fighting, Pius is going to telepathically connect to Wrath.
Okay.
Be careful. It seems he's trying to weaken us.
I think maybe we try and weaken him. And as Tempest is asking this question, Wrath is stepping forward and he's going to take a big inhale of the pipe. And as he releases it, it is the pipe of smoke monsters. As the smoke comes out of his nose and the eye holes and everything else, it turns into small little Drake-like creatures before flying off and turning into smoke again. And he's going to step forward, and in his raspiest voice, he's going to say,
10 for 1, wheat for chaff. You are not worthy of my lady's time. Fight me yourself if you wish to challenge us.
And I'd like to try and intimidate this man.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Is he a dragon? I know that's a weird question. But
No, it is not.
No.
You know exactly what it is because I told you.
yeah. So that's a 27, and if that fails, I will use my Draconic Presence feat, which allows me to re-roll an intimidation or persuasion check as a reaction.
So your 29 versus his 21 is obviously yours is the superior. You do see him flinch slightly, but his response is not to speak. Instead, he draws his dagger and takes a stance prepared to fight him.
Wrath will motion his hand backwards to like a this room kind of motion, and he won't unsheath his weapon. He'll just stand there, still creating the smoke effect.
I'm back standing by Raven's side. A motionless expression.
You can tell he is standing there, and he will not move until you make the first move of this encounter.
Okay.
Above the table, just a reminder for player, if you don't, he is a warlock, or at least part of him. So you know how he fights.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He doesn't know that you know.
Right. If he just stands there, Wrath is going to lift his hands and then bring them to his chest as if doing like breathing motions. And as a bonus action, he's going to activate his Blade Song ability. So he begins to radiate with that magical energy. How far away is he?
You are about 20 feet apart.
20 feet? Okay. As he finishes a long breath, he kind of rolls his shoulders a little bit, and he's just going to walk that 20 feet up towards them. And if he lets me get within 5 feet, I'm gonna 1-inch punch his ass.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay.
This is some anime shit right here, man. This is what I'm talking about.
All right. That is blah, that's not good. That's only a dirty 20.
30-20. You make contact. It's not like he moves out of the way, but it kind of has no reaction. Despite the fact that you know he's a caster, he's incredibly beefy, and you can feel that this plate he's wearing is very much real plate.
Okay. So yeah, he just stops his motion there as he, fist against plate, just looking through the mask at this guy, and that's his turn.
So as you take this 1-inch punch and you're close, he takes the opportunity to try to stab you with the blade. To no effect, as that is a 19.
Okay. Is that all he does?
That's all he does. And
Okay.
the
So
entire
as
time,
he
he's keeping his eyes locked on your face, where your eyes would be.
as he stabs forward, in the opening he sees, Wrath, Bruce Lee like just kind of blocks it by pushing it away, essentially with his forearm. And as he brings it up to push it away, he's gonna like karate chop into the pressure point in the guy's shoulder. God damn, I'm rolling bad.
So disadvantage.
Okay. Still rolling bad. Damn. It's only an 18.
Oh, still not a hit.
Okay. But using that as he looks or pays attention to this strike, Wrath's other hand pulls away and tries to deck the guy with a bonus action.
Okay.
That's better. That's a 25.
That makes meaningful contact.
Okay. He takes 10 points of, let me make sure I can turn it into this before I say it, but I think lightning damage. Where is my monk stuff? Monk stuff. Sorry, y'all. What the fuck is it? Move. Dragon strike. Yes, lightning.
All right. How much damage?
Oh shit. 10 points of lightning damage, and he cannot take a reaction this turn. So as I strike, I'll go ahead and use my movement to just step away almost slowly, but in a way that he's not able to strike back at me. Just kind of slip to the side and back like 10 feet, and then go back to just standing there staring at him.
You gotta make sure I have the save for what you're about to deal with.
While this is all happening, I want to slip the helmet back on and just do a quick check with the ability.
Get it, girl.
His level of madness isn't nearly as high as like your comrades are, but it's significantly more than like the Kind Harris mercenaries or even Ravens. If we consider like where Rats and everyone was to be like 100%, this guy's at like 50%. Raven is at like 25%, and then the mercenaries are like 10%. But you can tell his is significantly above a normal person's because of this. Okay, there we go. Tempest, you and Wrath both need to roll a wisdom save.
Is this a spell?
Yes, it is.
I will cast Counterspell at 5th level.
That is perfect, as it is a 5th level spell.
So as he goes to cast his spell, Wrath kind of waves a hand up and almost like pulling the smoke away from the mask and forms it into like a ball in his hand and throws it out, and it becomes a net of arcane energy that captures it and dissipates.
When you do this, you see him just drop his guard completely. He leaves any semblance of a combat stance.
I think that's enough.
All he hears is
Tisk. Try to goad me all you want. I just wanted to make sure that your story checked out. You have a quick eye, and you react well. Expected of heroes that were hired. But if you've been traveling alongside her, then I'd say you're probably at roughly the same adequacy in combat. That is, you managed to actually land a blow that made my cheek hurt. And then you stopped my spell.
Wrath has completely lowered his own guard and is walking past him towards Tempest again. I pale into comparison to the lady's power, is all he says as he walks back and takes his place behind Tempest again.
Nice.
Well, I think we've sufficiently proven the situation. I will leave you all then, and I will begin the paperwork to transfer the units. Raven, I will be speaking with you again in a couple of days. Be prepared for my coming. I will try to meet you at around sunset in 3 days. As for the corpses of the rest of this unit, a lot of you are free to do with them as you please. Take their equipment, bury them. I don't care. Eat them if you want. Makes no difference to me. The weak don't matter in my eyes.
As assuming this is the end of the conversation, Wrath turns to leave and just says, "It does not do for one to have such a poor position towards oneself." And he'll walk away.
Can I send a message telepathically?
Send a message to Wrath telepathically?
Yeah.
Go for it.
This man is absolutely vile, of worthless.
Should kill him.
I wouldn't put that temptation in my mind.
I don't trust him to live. Choice is yours and
So-
Raven's. I would speak with her.
So it is noticeable that after you speak, he does stop moving. His body becomes completely still. And around the time you kind of finish the telepathic communication here, he speaks, and it's almost monotone, as if he's kind of just cut off his emotions in an attempt to stay level-headed in the moment.
You've managed to strike a chord. You know, I do hate my own weakness. That's why I strive to be stronger than I already am, and I do not plan on serving under Lord Kinehurst for my entire life. This world deserves better amongst its nobility, ones with the strength to take what they want, as well as the strength to give what others need. In my opinion, the thing this world needs most is discipline. They need strength. They need to be able to protect themselves. And I am only as harsh as I am, because if people do not understand the reality of this world, they will be swept up in its currents.
If it's allowed, Tempest is gonna walk up next to him, but obviously facing the opposite direction. She's not even gonna look at him. Do you really think that being so harsh can actually satisfy what needs to be done against such chaotic forces? Do you honestly believe that being this way, being so brutal to people, will prove successful?
More than likely, there will be plenty of people who fail, but the ones who survive will be the best people that we can have around. I can smell him on you. You are bound to a demon just as much as I am.
As he says that, Wrath is next to Tempest and his sword is out. He doesn't say anything. He just stands there, but that's the reaction.
Tempest doesn't flinch or move.
I'll follow your
There's something
lead.
much worse. There's something much worse than a simple war coming. There is a cataclysm that this world will not survive unless it is strong enough to persevere. I have been to the deepest depths of hell in my own mind. I found the hope to survive. Can you say the same?
In a way, I may not have gone deep down in such a dark place. Physically, mentally speaking, could almost say it's similar. Going from worthless, not really caring, just the thrill of the fight. Now
Am I-
believing
am-
that things can change.
Am I still telepathically connected to? I know Pious I am, but to Tempest.
She can turn it off if.
I don't know how it works for you. That's why I'm asking.
Uh,
I don't know what you're
Do you have
using for
actual
that.
telepathy? Yeah. Do you have actual telepathy, or was that the jewelry sending you were using? So I don't think you have actual telepathy.
there's the jewelry.
Oh, the jewelry. Okay, I misunderstood that. My apologies. Please.
Hold on. Didn't the telepathy come with like second level of Great Old One? Bias? Your telepathy?
Yeah, I can. As long as someone's within 30 feet, I can talk to them in their head.
And they can understand you. That's the important
Yeah,
part.
any language doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, that's first level. Tempest, you have that same telepathy because you are a Great One warlock. So yeah, you are using your actual telepathy to speak with him.
Neat.
In that case, if we're still connected, Wrath is going to say to you, we don't get to decide who succeeds or who fails. And he shouldn't either.
Can I say
Oh.
something above the table, GM?
You go for it.
Just a reminder for the Tempest and Wrath that are directly involved with him. He's speaking like he is like this honest guy that is, facing everything, etc. In the meantime, he's wearing a mask all the time because he's
Yeah.
hiding his true face. So
That's why when he revealed the demon thing,
Yeah,
Wrath
like he's speaking like is this honest and like down to earth person that wants to do things properly, and is just bluntly lying in everyone's face. I don't know if you want to point it out, but that's definitely something I will say. But of course, this is new. So sorry for the
You
interruption.
all,
Please go on.
you all feel like he honestly believes the things he's saying, even if you know that they are blatant lies. He does seem to honestly believe what he is saying.
Yeah, it's just hypocrisy. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. So much just got said. I need to be brought back to where we just were.
She had basically left off on the statement asking if you can say the same about, fighting off the depths of hell in your own mind. You had replied to him saying that, yes, you've been through that sort of thing. And then he mentioned, cataclysm coming, the end of the world, and only the strongest are going to be the ones who survive it. A cataclysm beyond a mere simple war, alluding to the fact that he knows something.
Well, for starters, those who have many backing them will always prove stronger than an individual on their own. But tell me, what cataclysm have you seen? Because I assure you, I've seen some pretty dark things.
Have you seen the end of an entire reality? Not just a world, not a nation, nothing so simple as that, but entire planes of existence, the many layers of a singular reality torn apart at the very seam, as if they were mere dolls to be played with.
A very colorful image to paint. I wouldn't say necessarily that, but I can't imagine it's too different than the very darkness of the void of nothingness that I have experienced.
Is that so? There's a difference between witnessing the nothing that comes after and experiencing the downfall firsthand. I may be from Maluviette. My patron has shown me what happens to worlds when that thing gets free. Certainly, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I believe I do. Let me ask you, in the end of all of this, if you say that you don't plan to serve underneath such a person forever, what would you do when they stand in your way?
At the end of this all, I only expect there to be one person who can, and they have a magical pact with me that goes both ways. They're hoping to ensure that I don't have to worry about someone standing in my way. They want me to stand on their level.
Can I ask who your patron is?
Yeah, you see him kind of close his eyes, and you can see his eyelids fluttering. It's, like you'd see in a movie when someone's becoming possessed by a demon. And he stands there for close to a minute, kind of in this state, before he finally says something.
As he's doing
Sorry
this,
about
there's
that. But go ahead.
as he's doing this, there's the crackling of lightning coming from Rat's sword as he's like charging it up. He does not trust this, and it's obvious.
Sorry about that. Part of the pact is that I'm not allowed to give away such information without direct permission, but that permission has been granted.
He lifts an arm and snaps his fingers, and you kind of just see as from the top of his head down to his feet, his entire body transforms from the visage of an Asmar into that of a tiefling. He's got only small, kind of nubbed horns on his forehead. His skin is this very deep, white, tomato red color. All of his fingernails are near claw-like, and he has these large, leathery, black wings instead of the angelic feathered ones from before. But you notice that there's one change that happens to his clothes as well, and that's that it no longer has the symbol of Ultima in the middle of his chest plate on his armor. Instead, there's a completely different sigil now.
My patron goes by the name of Zariel.
Familiar? Have I heard that name before?
All of you have heard it a couple of times at this point. When you've heard it at this point, though, that was the name of an archmage, the one that sealed away the Jinn previously. Yeah, damn it, I can't remember the second instance in which Zariel's name has come up. Every time it's been in reference to an archmage who claims the name to be Zariel, but it's also a pseudonym. He doesn't tell anyone his real name.
Huh. Surprisingly, heard the name before.
I am sure you have. Now you understand why my pact includes that I'm not allowed to divulge that information freely. It wouldn't do if an archmage were outed as a demon.
Well, for one, surely talking with me can't be so bad. I mean, look at me. I'm basically a demon, but besides the point.
If Pius is still telepathically connected with me, I'm gonna say to him, Pius, what do you know about this guy? Anything?
Oh, Jesus. Help. Help. He's got
Pius! Pius, where'd you go?
Sorry, wrong voice. Jesus Christ. Who? The patron or the general?
Patron. Zariel. Does that ring any bells?
Does it, GM?
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check.
I would love to.
I also roll an arcane check. GM, I don't know if you have seen it.
You do 27.
Knowledge is in history? Does that count?
History, arcana, nature, or religion.
Okay.
Geraldine, as for the information, this is the first time that either of you have tried to stop and think of, what do I know about the Zariel? And previously, nothing had really come to mind about this individual. But both of you, this time, have more information. You remember things. Pius, you remember that scene where you were talking with Nick, just like last night where you went back. Originally, the discussion had actually been geared towards what other mages, in particular the archmages, said in conversations with him about this prophecy that could come up. And at one point, Nick had actually mentioned Zariel, the archmage for evocation spells. And then a theory that Zariel had posited about this prophecy is that perhaps the 8 mentioned in the prophecy were references to people, but perhaps to the 8 elements. Because each one of them is kind of a natural elemental energy, specifically ones that, evocation specializes in utilizing. That maybe it was about the very foundation of reality bringing these 8 together or them falling apart, and that's how the world becomes destroyed. And of course, Nick, having a tendency to kind of just go on and give a lot more information than the conversation normally needs, also discussed how this archmage had been around for a fairly lengthy period of time. He was an elf, so kind of expected. He'd been around for a few hundred years, and had developed any number of unique spells that he safeguards and doesn't allow out into the world. But there's spells like the ability to summon a firestorm that covers miles worth of ground, something that could absolutely change the tides of a war, for instance. Geraldine, on your side, for Zariel, when you had been visiting one of the colleges, Zariel happened to be there at the time and was very aloof, didn't want to talk with anyone, and even brushed off an attempt by you to speak with him. And you were able to get information from someone else about Zariel, in particular that he liked to keep to himself, but that he had grown a deep bond with a paladin of Ultima. And in particular, this stood out because Zariel didn't like to form bonds or relationships. He throws himself relentlessly into the development of magics, and that there's secrets the archmages hold, and you're aware of them. It's centered on things like the duck magic and the front deity, mostly within those secrets. And Zariel is the one who throws himself the most into those secrets and research, indicating to you that likely Zariel is trying to find a solution to the problem with the front deity and is willing to sacrifice the
many
world
of
for
them.
it.
As many science is thinking about result, not consequences.
Correct. And of course, that means, from both of what you know, that he commands the 8 elements at a level that many would consider godlike, which, when compared with that thought of Zariel being a demon, would likely put him on the same level as a demon lord. Zariel may be one of the demon lords.
Okay, I have a question for later, GM. Let's the scene unfold.
Yeah, I'll relay all that information to Wrath.
Shit, I can't use much of that. Demon, got it.
You know, Zariel may be able to get you out of whatever deal you've made with Pazuzu.
Of all the things that we could talk about right now, I didn't expect that. And the fact that it's coming up a lot more often these last few days is kind of nerve-wracking.
In your head, you hear, don't trade one bad deal for another.
Of course not.
Come now. Clearly, you've been thinking about getting out of the deal. I guarantee that the deals Zariel offer are significantly better. Sure, there are some restrictions. You may have to follow some rules and do some specific things for him along the way, such as I am infiltrating the Kindhurst, and I'm more than happy to freely give this information out, because I feel like I may be in company of those who are like-minded. But if we can destabilize the Kindhurst enough, that could cause some issues within the world, give us an opportunity to grow stronger. Like I said, Zariel wants me to stand at his side, an equal. We're looking to reach for the divine, become deities ourselves. Surely a few extra gods and goddesses in this world couldn't be too terrible of a thing. Zariel has assured me that the more that we have, the better chances we have of preventing the end of Maluviette.
Such a nice offer, but we have our own method for preventing the end.
When she says this, Wrath's sword lifts, pointed towards the man.
Put your sword away. I'm not looking to fight. And if you really do intend to take my life, rest assured you will not be fighting just me. Zariel will not let my death happen so easily.
Wrath isn't moving.
If it's not necessary, needless killing at this point, I don't mind avoiding. And look, I have enough things tied to me, some of them less than pleasurable. But ultimately, how's this gonna go? Are you planning on attacking the Kindhurst at some point? Or are you trying to just cause cracks to form and make it all fall down from the inside out?
I wouldn't be so dumb as to try to take the head from the snake, or should I say, dragon. Right. No. I am trying to let the system destroy itself, poke a hole here, create a crack there, sow discomfort and chaos amongst the ranks, and just watch it all fall apart on its own.
Cowardice!
Huh?
Cowardice!
I respond in deep speech. Your methods will never work, I assure you.
I may not know what you said, but I can hear your tone. Disapproval. Call it cowardice all you'd like, but I'm still risking my life every day doing it my way. I am perfectly prepared for this to turn into a fight that I know I'll be at a disadvantage for. I just want to make sure the pieces are in place so that I have the highest chance of being on top if a fight were to occur.
This is an interesting situation, to say the least. I can't tell if we're actually going to work towards the same goal inadvertently, or we're just going to trip over each other's feet along the way.
As they say, the enemy of my enemy. I'm sure that we're both ultimately working towards the same goal. Innocents will be allies for that. Whatever comes after, we'll see. But I do have other things to do. After all, I am a lieutenant in the Kinehurst little military. So until we meet again, make sure you're all well prepared.
As he says it, after that, Quay will land on my shoulders and we'll both just stare at him.
He doesn't really wait for a response. He kind of just activates his teleportation, and as he teleports away in this burst of light, you're all left standing there, and the tension of the entire scene just kind of fades and drops nearly instantly. You can all feel your bodies actually relaxing at that moment.
Nobody move.
Rather's pulling the pipe out from underneath the mask. Oh, fuck!
Before anyone starts moving, Wrath, are you able to check the area to make sure we're not actually being watched by anyone?
No. I do look around, though.
You don't notice anyone outside, of course, your own group in the Kinehurst mercenaries.
I know someone who might be able to, though. And I'll think to Pius, hey, do you have, detect magic or see invisibility or anything to make sure no one else is around?
No, I don't.
Can you ask, Geraldine?
Geraldine will not move from her position, but you know where she is because she's been hiding up there in the trees the whole time, and she told you where she was going to be.
Yeah, I'll go over slowly to where Geraldine's at.
I thought you were just going to link your mind.
Yeah, much more easier, but it's okay. I like to see a massive robot climbing a tree.
Well, I thought she didn't. I thought she didn't let me do that.
Oh,
I can actually stop you.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then he'll try and mentally connect with you.
She will allow it this time. Yes, Pius.
So, Wrath or Tempest, or both, they're wondering if we can check the area to make sure we're safe, that we're not being watched anymore. Can you do that?
I'm already on it. And I look at Twilight and just say, hey, go left, you go right. Quick check and return here. Go, little birdie.
Scrying!
And I do a quick check around, even if you didn't say anything, because I was
I can do scrying, where it spies on a creature
really
on the same plane of existence.
So you'd have to have a specific creature you choose. You're trying to check to see if there even is anybody right now.
Oh, so it's a specific creature? Okay. Then that won't work.
Yeah, but also, we're just checking if there is anyone that is spying on us right now. Something that I was going to ask GM about it, because we were, listening to what's going on, but also checking our surroundings. So far, during the entire thing, you didn't say anything. So I presume that there was no one.
Correct. You've noticed no unexpected people or entities.
Okay. Just to be sure, I'm going just another quick snoop around and go back to our spot and just report to both Pius and Wrath. No one is here. We're all by ourselves.
Oh, thank God.
Pius says we should pray.
What? We're praying?
Where we're not playing telephone, where Geraldine sends you a message, you send me a message.
Oh.
Oh,
that's good. I like that.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that was great.
That was nice. No, apologize for a nice joke. Only at that point when everyone seems to be, calm and etc., I start to come down from the trees.
I think we're safe. Fuck. I mean to never do that again.
Yeah, never do that again. But it was cool.
Well, that wasn't the worst possible outcome, at least.
No, but certainly was unexpected.
I mean, it did
sorry,
actually... Nothing, Raven. It's just everything okay. I mean, he did actually admit that he wants to betray the Kinehurst. So, that's for us a good things to work on. Would you agree?
I only have one real issue with it. It's clear he's vying for power. He may be looking to fill the vacuum created if the Kinehurst were to fall, which would explain exactly why he wants my most capable unit as well. Builds a stronger force for him to use to enforce any claims he may have after the fact.
Yes, absolutely. At the same time, you keep your friends closer and your close and your enemy closer. And until it's the right time and moment, you just wait for the moment of weakness and you strike.
That's true. And we happened to get some more information about the higher ranks within the demons, as small as it may have been. I'm sure that the war's not just going to be, one demon lord versus all the angels.
Yeah, that's an interesting things always about demons and such like. Up there they have one ruler, and down there they squabble over crumbles.
I think a certain Pazuzu has his work cut out for him.
Speaking of which, you want out of this pack that badly?
I'm still thinking about my options.
If you could get out, no strings attached, none of us in any danger, nothing changed except for the pact, would you do it? Hold on. Yes or no?
I would definitely consider it, but
Yes or no?
I just don't think. Obviously, yes.
Then I wish it were so. And I activate my wish.
Stop right there, Wrath. Sorry.
Too late.
No.
Too late. He got the words out, and all it takes is the intent to cast that spell and the words.
Yeah, this is the reason I say before, but
Unfortunately, Wrath got the words out.
No, of course. But what Geraldine is worried about is another things that Wrath didn't think, but it's too late. Go for it. Geraldine will try to stop him anyway. They will say it's not the right time, but you just did it, right?
Unfortunately, this magical pact, with the level of power and strength coming from a demon lord, a demigod, so to speak, is beyond the typical capacity for wish. So it can't do it cleanly. There is backfire. Tempest falls unconscious immediately, though. The full ramifications of this will come out as time progresses. But at the moment, you see as Tempest's body collapses to the ground. Parts of it shifted into the demonic form. Parts of it, the demonic form she just kind of carries normally. Parts of it even looking like her old half-elven self before any of the events of the Highroad. She's missing one of her wings. One of the horns seems to only go halfway up before just kind of disappearing. And her entire body has this soft purple glow to it. She is still breathing, though, and she has entered one of these comatose states that you've seen from your allies along the path.
Wrath is down by her side. Is she breathing even shallowly?
It seems to be normal breathing. Just kind of a natural, resting state breathing, but not even the shallowness of sleep. Just full rest, sitting type breathing.
Check her finger. Is she wearing the ring?
Yes. All of her equipment that she's had on is still there.
Okay. Then I'll pick her up. Unless someone says something, I start walking back to the fort.
I'm sure Raven's a little, upset.
That's what I was waiting for, honestly.
Raven's in too much shock to say or do anything. Because it was just an utterance of words and then suddenly this. He doesn't know how to react in this moment.
Pius will start following Wrath without saying anything.
How about Geraldine?
Yeah, Geraldine will just grab Wrath's shoulder and say, "Mommy, my God."
Wrath stops.
Now, I don't know what's gonna happen to her, but we gave Pazuzu and a freaking general free access to come and try to kill us all. Because they down now are not bounded like they were before. Yes, they were conspiring against us, but we were protected. Now we are not. And now I need to find a solution why she's in this state.
Wrath listens to you as you express your frustrations. He kind of bows his head. Well, now's the time for conviction. We can't have that with a pact that can be used against us by these other demons. You think Zariel is just going to run? We won't see any more of his forces on this road? You think we won't encounter others like him?
I don't say no. I just said that when we have something that we can use our advantage and give us the possibility to win a fight against them, why you throw it in the garbage? Also, having a path with a demon, it kind of protect you against the other demon, because if they try to make a path with you, they are going to piss off each other, and you want that. Tempest was untouchable. Now she's not.
Untouchable, huh? You think what happened immediately after we met you gave a damn about a pact with a demon?
What I mean is untouchable by other demon to make path without pissing off Pazuzu.
What I mean is I'm tired of these threads trying to tie her up.
I get that. I wasn't saying never free her. But maybe it wasn't the right time. Now,
Maybe not.
we can't cry on spilled milk. At least help me to bring her back into the heap, and we figure it out how to
Your
wake her up.
wild shape ends right now, by the way, and you revert back into your normal form.
Rat's scaly
I'm
eyebrow kind of raises.
So I'm kind of sitting on Geraldine's shoulder as a human then?
No, because as
You
soon as you
fall
do it,
off.
Geraldine is too fragile and you just fall. I'm not strong. I'm just tall and lanky.
So I'm just kind of like by your legs looking up at you going, oh, all right. Kind of sucks, but that was unexpected. Where is Tempest right now?
In Rat's arms.
Okay.
As Rat's scaly eyebrow kind of raises, you're the one who stopped me. I was already on my way. He'll turn and walk.
Okay, so it's 3 p.m. at this point, and you're back at the fortress. Normally, you go to bed more like 8, 9 p.m., so you have one full rest period in there, downtime period, or you can take 2 and just go to bed a little bit later. That's up to all of you what you want to do, though, with this 4 to 8 hours. Except Tempest, of course, because she is KO'd. So let's start with Wrath.
He's definitely going to be staying by her side. He's going to activate the ring on his body, the Sage's Signet Heart. Let me double check what it does. Sorry. So it's Aura Vitality. It's just healing stuff. He's just going to try and heal her body as rapidly as possible. Otherwise, though, he's going to just meditate, honestly, over her body and make sure she's, doesn't run a fever or anything like that.
See, does Aura Vitality give hit points back?
It does.
Okay. She is down some of those. She will recover some hit points then.
It's bonus action to do 2d6 hit points, and I can hold it for up to a minute. So.
Okay. Which makes it a minimum of 20d6 or 20 hit points. That's plenty to get her back to full hit points. Pius, what about you? What are you going to do for the next 4 to 8 hours?
Actually, he's going to sit next to the hermit.
Okay.
And just stare, look him over every once in a while. He almost seems expecting.
So,
and sometimes the blue
Pius,
light goes away for a minute and then comes back.
Okay. So, not that Pius and Finnegan necessarily had a lot of time in Bastion together. Give me a memory from that time, though, that comes back to Pius at this moment.
I would say, oh, fuck. Now I ran 2 of those and y'all went through different things.
Memory.
I gotta
I like that memory.
Hold on. Hey, stop it.
So, Deuce, for reference for this, both versions exist within Pius. There's a version of it that exists that's neither of those as well, from the different roots. So it can be a memory
timey-wimey shit.
Like your perfect, and yeah, it could be a memory of your perfect version of it, even if you want it.
It was right after he was built when he woke up, and he was on a slab, and he looked around and he saw a bunch of scientists, bunch of engineers, and then Sycorax standing in the back with his hands in his suit pockets, and Sycorax smiling. But out of the corner of his vision, he saw a man standing in the corner. But then when he went to look, he was gone.
I assume that Pius, of course, in this moment realizes that man was Finnegan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How does Pius feel about that?
He feels more connected, as well as like he has a purpose. But he knows his purpose, but more so of a destiny now, knowing that Finnegan was probably watching him the entire time, watching him to make sure nothing went wrong.
All right. How about Geraldine? What is Geraldine doing? As everyone's kind of quietly to themselves, Pius sitting here with the hermit, who's comatose, and Wrath sitting with Tempest.
Just to make sure that I understand correctly, is Tempest recovering? She's still unconscious? I probably miss out that bit. Sorry.
Tempest is currently comatose. She is unconscious.
Yeah, so I get it right. Okay. Just to be sure, because for a moment my brain just okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually with them because I'm studying her condition, and I for me it's no problem. I just checking touching, moving, like almost like I'm not examining a corpse, but kinda with the same detached mind setting, just to understand what the heck is going on with her. Because I don't like that. She went. She went to be possessed the day, a few hours before, and now she's comatose. This is happening too often.
True. Give me a medicine check and an arcana check.
Okay, I'm going to
While
in
you
that
do
order.
that, Twilight, what are you doing? Everyone is very serious.
I could do one.
Shit's going wrong.
I can do one or two things. One, I know I have the power to turn into a demon. And I know it's an item that I got. Or is it yeah, I think it's an item that I have, but I can't remember the item. And I could give that to Tempest to see if that would help her recover help to see if that would actually help in this situation, to see if that would, kind of bring her back to normal.
So it requires attunement, which she cannot do at this time. So just from the start, not a functional plan. That will not do anything.
Okay.
Is it on my rolls? I don't think I'm going anywhere. There's a 6 for medicine and a 15 for arcana. Probably very bad rolls tonight. At least in this moment. So I will say, you of course GM decide, but probably Geraldine is a little bit frustrated and not pissed, because she doesn't get she does she's not emotionally capable of, but she is distracted. There's too many variables, too many things that are not fitting together.
Yeah. So as far as the medicine check goes, you're really not sure, because you're not familiar with like the biology of tieflings or half elves or lycans or full-blooded demons, and there's so much going on with those overlapping. You have absolutely no idea in that regard. As far as the arcana check, this seems kind of like chimeras. It's like different creatures aspects all in a singular body. It's as if her body can't find a stable balance between them right now. So they're just represented in different parts of her currently, because her entire magical network is being torn apart, likely as a result of the wish trying to tear the magic from her very being from that pact.
Can I do an assumption? You tell me if I'm wrong or not on the matter. Any possibility that those parts of her are fighting each other to stabilize, almost like when a body, when the white cell in a body start to kill the body itself because they don't recognize the body?
Yeah, it's you would make an assumption that it's something similar to that. That once the pact started getting torn away, the different parts started to see each other as a threat.
Cell mutation.
Yeah, basically
So-
cell mutation.
So I will relate this to Wrath, and I will say, okay, so we need to find a stabilizer. Do you have any idea? Because if we don't act, you are losing your girlfriend.
Okay, maybe. And he'll reach up and take the necklace from around his neck and hold it over her chest, or touch it to her chest, rather. Maybe we can stabilize her. And he'll just try and push a 5th level spell into her to try and, almost like a, what do they call the paddles? What do you call it? Where they revive people with it. Defibrillator, thank you. Almost like a defibrillator, just kind of push magical energy through the hope fragment in her necklace that she gave me into her.
Alright, this is going to be a DC 35 soul save. You have a plus 21.
Can I give him guidance?
Absolutely.
Is that me rolling it?
Yes, Rat, you're going to roll it.
Okay.
And you do have an extra D4 from guidance, correct?
Yeah. As I Geraldine Cole, measure it though. A way to clinical correct you in the way that you're acting and etc. Detach it, not emotionally involved, to make sure that you get the best out of it.
So I rolled an 18 and a 1 on the D4. So 19 plus, what did you say?
21.
Yeah.
So
So I got you at 40. All right. And the DC was 35. You can feel the Tempest soul trying to almost like intermingle with you, and you can feel that it's like fractured on itself, as if like 2 pieces of broken bone are trying to force their way into your bones almost. It's painful. You can feel your own soul not handling it, but you stabilize and calm your own soul and can direct the movement of this energy through the hope fragment. And you do see as her body kind of shifts through its various forms until finally she's just laying there in what you would assume is now her true form at this point. That is her demonic hybrid form, and it settles on that form. And the fact that it keeps doing this when she's in danger is why you assume that this is actually her natural form. The human form that she's been taking, that is not her natural form anymore. She does not wake up, though, and there is still that aura of torment around her, but her body does appear to be stable again.
God, how close are we to a long rest?
Today would be the 4th night for all of you except Tempest. It would be the 3rd night for Tempest.
And how many nights is a long rest?
4.
Okay. Okay, so he does this. There's still something affecting her. I might be able to look at it tonight, but I don't know how much time we have.
Geraldine, just check her pulse. Try to, put her cold hand on her head, almost like to feel if she's feverish or recovering, and etc. And I don't know. Seems to work somehow. Let's hope for the best. She's not out yet, at least until she wake up.
Yeah. Do you still have those hope chunks?
Yes.
Maybe we can leave one touching or near her while she's in this.
I will take care of that. And I take out one of the, I will, wait for that he gives me one of those oak chunks, and I will gently keep it on her chest. And I can do it literally all night because I don't feel any time. I never feel tired, so I'm just.
Yeah. So, is there anything specific people want to do before settling in for their full night's rest?
Geraldine is kind of too busy with Tempest at the moment, and if there is a moment during all of this when she's alone with Tempest, she will whisper in her ear, "It's time to fight, sweetheart. Show them you are better. Come back to us, please." That's it.
All right. Bias, did you want to do anything last minute before Sentry Mood?
Yeah, actually. I assume the hermit's laying on his back.
Yes.
Pius's blue lights are gone at this point. They're just off. And if you're looking at him, you see him place his hand on the hermit's chest for a few minutes and then kind of nod to himself. And then his lights go blue again and then stands up and goes to his normal spot for sentry mode.
All right.
I would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
So, as Star is actually in the health department, she knows that a lot of antidotes come from plants. That's how we get our medicine. So, I'm going to speak with plants and explain the situation to the plants to see if they can help me figure out where I can actually get the antidote for this situation. And I have no problem taking exhaustion. So
you have time with that, like 48 hours before you have to lay down to rest. And you do spend that time searching, and you find medicinal plants, you find non-medicinal plants. You're explaining the situation, you're trying to find some type of solution, but in the end, it comes down to a very simple thing. This is not natural, and natural means will not cure it. So there's no plants you can find to brew an antidote or a vaccine or any type of medicine from that will help. And you return to the fortress about time to lay down, defeated, knowing that even your best efforts just aren't enough in this situation.
I'll relay that to them.
Alrighty. So everyone settles into their nightly rest, whether it's sleep, sentry mode, or Geraldine, you sitting over Tempest for the night.
Yeah.
In Tempest.
And
did you have something to say, Geraldine?
No. I was just confirming what I was doing, keeping the shard, the chunk on her chest.
Yeah.
And making sure that, even she moves or whatever, they stay there, and hopefully it will give her enough power and a boost on whatever she's fighting inside her.
Okay.
Please, go on.
Breath, did you have something to say?
Yeah, so after everyone starts, doing their last minute stuff, Wrath is probably going to fall asleep next to Tempest, just in a kneeling position, holding her hand. And what he'd like to try to do is, because this would be the night that we get our stuff back for a long rest, right? He's trying to tap into it tonight to cast Dream on Tempest to reactivate the tattoo on her back.
Okay. So you doze off, knowing that you're going to have to get some amount of sleep before this will happen. But you've kind of wired your brain in this moment to like wake up every couple of hours to try this.
I'll also say, because Geraldine would have heard it being as close as she was, before he dozes off, he will say, Tempest, I'm so sorry. I'm coming to get you. Sorry.
All good. So at about midnight, just maybe a minute or two after midnight, is when something's really going to happen and change in this situation. But Tempest, leading up to this, you are in the void. You find yourself trapped within your own soul. What does your soul look like? Like for Wrath, it was that port town where he grew up. What does Tempest's soul room look like?
But her old room?
Okay.
No, is that what you said?
Soul room.
Her... maybe something along the lines of sitting on the rooftop of her home, looking out into the distance where she used to be every day, thinking about the world beyond what she knows.
Okay. So, just like Wrath, soul room manifested and took the form of his hometown, Tempest's soul room does as well. And you do find yourself sitting on the roof of your old house in Maldrek, looking out over the forest nearby, and you don't know what's going on. You don't know why you're here, and it just hurts. Your body, your heart, it just all hurts. And sitting on one side of you is this human-animal hybrid. Just like every animal possible is fused with traits into this one humanoid form sitting to one side. On the other side is this little half-elf girl that you clearly recognize as your childhood self. And then you can feel someone sitting behind you with their back pressed against yours as well. They're not saying anything.
What is this? Why? She doesn't move to turn around or anything.
The little girl responds,
This is your soul, our soul. We're breaking. It's too much. We can't do it. Our soul is falling apart.
As she speaks, you can see as it's tears through the air just start to appear. And as they start to just spread slowly, you can see the purple light inside of them.
That doesn't make any sense. Everything was going well up to this point. Why did this have to happen now? I thought I had everything under control.
The animal-human hybrid, your side's the next one that speaks. And he's got this deep, rough, almost male sound to it. No one's ready for when they fall apart, when it becomes too much. It can happen whenever. All it takes is one thing that you don't know how to deal with.
But there's always an option to overcome. I'm not ready to just lie down and let it all be. I still have so much I need to do.
This is the moment when you hear Geraldine's whisper into your ear, and you hear her telling you that this is the time to fight.
I can hear it. But obviously this isn't a fight of my fists or my weapon. This is something more deeper, an emotional fight for myself.
You can see as your soul room kind of starts to break more, where a portion of town seems to just be this open stone room. The walls are missing, and you recognize this as the place where your siblings died when you were all abducted by Wilfred Goldwood. You see another part that seems to be the grand hall from the Lord Kindhurst of Maldrek's abode, and you can see the throne he would normally sit on there. And Maya, what would you say to Tempest in this moment?
Take a deep breath. Just make the right choice. Align yourself with the path you've set forth. Nothing's going to stop you.
Tempest can hear that voice, the person sitting back to back with her.
Think, what caused this? How can you fix it? There's always a way. You know she can help.
The soul room begins to crack and break even more. There's sections of it that look like the Highroad, sections of it that look like different towns she's been to, a section of it that looks like a graveyard. It seems like every place Tempest has ever been is just finding its way into being a part of this, even though none of them really go together.
Just to clarify, should there be more dialogue going on from me?
No. You can choose whatever you say or how much you say. You determine Maya's dialogue and you determine Tempest's dialogue.
Everything's breaking. I'm seeing the road before me and everything that's led to this point.
And everything that has led to this point was for a reason. You know that. Even now, you are more aware of the situation than before. You know there's nothing to be worried about. You have a job to do.
When I get out of this, then, no matter what happens, I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm not done yet.
Tempest can feel a familiar presence, almost connecting with her, pulling slightly. And as it does, she remembers the conversation where she was told that the pact could be cut away and the price that would be paid would be giving up a part of who she is.
That's right. Is that the answer?
Just take the leap. Trust in where you'll fall.
The ground below the house seems to almost dissipate. Just this space immediately in front of the house just seems to be a void beneath her.
I know how to move forward from here. I know you're here. And I will reach out my hand to you to fix this mess and realign everything back into order. I don't have any worries anymore, and I'm not afraid. Fix the wrongs that were put into place. I understand the costs.
All I need to know is which part of you I have to cut away. Do you want to give up the beast? Do you want to give up the child within you? Or do you want to give up your destiny as a kind host?
Come on, Bala. You and I both know what it is. And other than using it as a tool, its value means nothing to me in the end.
Then so be it.
You can feel, as it's almost like the top layer of your existence, your body, your soul, seems to almost be cut away from you. This almost paper thin layer compared to the entirety of your being is just pulled away, and your soul room just collapses in on itself before bursting back out. What new form does your soul room take? Something that represents your future.
Just unknown location, on the side of a hill, overlooking the valley before me, like the world is calm and tranquil.
As you take in this peaceful scene and you close your eyes, you can feel as your soul kind of fully reintegrates with your body, and you wake up just a couple minutes past midnight. And Geraldine, you can see as the torment aura around her disappears, and her eyes start to flutter open. And Wrath, you've just woken up, about to make another attempt at the dream spell, so you're aware of this as well.
Tempest.
Yes, get her. Get back to us.
Tempest, I'm so sorry.
She leans upright, and she just looks you in the eye, fully awake and aware of the situation.
You can see Wrath, even in the dark of the night here, that her eye seems to have finished regenerating, and there's this brightness in the silver of her eyes that you haven't seen for most of this journey.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you right.
I don't want to get into the matter at the moment. I'm sorry, Geraldine. But do you mind if I take Wrath aside for just a brief few minutes?
Oh, don't worry. I know when I need to go. Just one thing.
And I get closer to you and whisper into your ear.
He was trying to do what he thought was right. Don't be too harsh.
And I just leave.
Tempest, I'm sorry. I never should have toyed with your fate like that. We should have. I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can say. There's no excuse I can make.
She stands up while you're talking and just holds out her hand to bring you up.
Take it.
And I'm hoping it's a clear night, but she'll kind of drag you out to at least outside the front entrance. I know what you were trying to do. And honestly, I couldn't be any happier. I mean, going out of your way like that is extreme. Surprising, though. No warning on my part.
Yeah, no, I should have talked to you. It was rash and dangerous. Sorry.
It's okay. And she holds up her left hand.
Look at it.
It's gone.
Your left hand is gone?
No, the deal.
Oh, perfect. What happened? Do you know you were unconscious for a while?
The place was very unfamiliar. First, I was in my hometown, sitting on my roof. My younger self, a more hybrid mess on the other end. Someone behind me. All these voices were talking, in a way guiding me.
Guiding you
It
to
looked
what?
like the world. As the world crumbled away, and the scenes kept changing and unfolding, the final voice led me to the very thing that's always been there. And due to my reluctantness, I was avoiding it up until now. It led me to the void.
To the void.
You were there that day. I know you weren't.
Yeah.
You saw the shadow I was speaking with long ago.
You saw it again.
A part of me in exchange to remove the pact. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. What did you give?
Did it transfer, or do I actually have to verify?
You have to verify.
I go to open my bag real quick to check.
When you go to pull out Soul Drinker in Wrath, you of course can see this as it comes up to her hand as Bag's holding work, and she starts to take it in her hand. This black energy shoots off of it and up her arm, and you can tell that she's in immense pain from this, as every muscle flexes awkwardly and her hand opens up, tossing Soul Drinker into the air in reaction.
Can I catch it?
Roll dexterity save.
Save, you say?
Yes.
23.
That's good enough. You can catch it.
I'll do so, and then I'll rush back over, holding it away from Tempest, but checking on you. What happened? Are you okay?
Oh, that hurts, but I can't help but smile to know that it did work.
What? You can't even
If I-
touch this anymore?
Giving a part of myself in exchange to remove the pack, this dagger was a piece of me all this time, but now it is void of my possession. I cannot hold it anymore. That ownership, that claim, it's gone. I have given up that claim in exchange. So 2 wins. The pact is gone, and you don't have to worry about me ever messing with it.
That certainly alleviates some fears. What does that mean? I thought this blade was your inheritance.
I mean, it was my right to claim. It was allowing me to do so. But that very thing is what I gave up. I bestowed it upon the person it was meant to go to in the end.
Which was...
Their name was Badalaika.
Hmm.
It has simply returned to her possession from here on. So the physical piece is here right now. It doesn't even matter. I can't do anything with it anymore.
I wonder if that's what she's been after this whole time. Do you think she'll continue to haunt you?
She may limit herself from here on out, but I feel like there's still more to this than just that. This was just the biggest piece.
Wei
I think-
lands on your shoulder, and both of you can see a glint in her eyes, one of almost smug victory.
Seems the schemes are not over then.
So will you be staying to see that all the engines are through to the point that matters?
You talking to me or Quay?
Wei squawks out that she will, because that's part of the deal, is that she will be there to guide you.
Well, guess we haven't. The actions of what I do are still important, but at the very least, 2 major stressful points have been removed from the equation.
You're really okay with all of this. That scared me half to death.
And who decided to do such a crazy thing so sporadically?
That's what I'm saying. You should be angry with me.
You're right, and I want to be angry, but yet I'm finding it very difficult to be angry. All I feel right now is joy. Joy of a major weight being lifted. Joy at the fact that my future is a lot more open and brighter, and I can have a lot more hope towards whatever future we end up having when this is all said and done. So I can hate you as hard as I want. And she gives a very weak punch to your gut.
Oh, he fakes a...
But it's not going to change anything. I just want to enjoy the here and now.
I'm glad you're in such a good state. I really am sorry. Here, you saved your own life, I guess, technically. And they'll hold out the necklace that you've given them.
Do you not want it anymore?
It's not that. I thought you'd be angry with me. I'm angry with myself. I feel like I don't deserve it, I guess.
She just jumps up and wraps her arms around.
Take
She
it
just
back.
kisses you, ignoring completely what you are saying.
Okay. After a
And
moment
that's
or
where
so.
we're going to go ahead and end tonight. We are ending with the start of February 1st, the first day of spring, Tempest's birthday, and
Happy birthday!
a new, bright future ahead of her. If so, everybody here with us, as always, I love you. Bye-bye, Kubo!